Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? So, what are we doing today? Before we end off the Nemesis campaign and move into most likely the Saiyan Saga campaign, I thought we would do a tier list. Alright, now, just a disclaimer. I'm not a god rank player. I do not grind god rank. I do not grind top 100 or 150 or whatever. I'm a casual player, a general player. I'll probably go up to maybe about 45,000 and then I will stop because I do not want to sweat. So that's probably as high as I would go. So I'm talking on the general consensus. Alright, as a casual player, this is my top 10 list of good options, bad options, you know how it is. So I should just point out every single character on this top 10 is either an Ultra or a Legends Limited. That's kind of the point at what we have gotten to now. Hopefully Anniversary changes that, where we get a very good 1% Sparking who can rival. Look, that's not happening, alright? Okay, so let's start, shall we? So I've got honorable mention. I'm gonna go with Jiren for that one. I think Jiren is a very good option, especially with his Zenkai being a very good purple unit, very tanky. Damage is alright, you're gonna build up as you go, but generally he's not meant to be a damage dealer, he's meant to be a tank, and that's exactly what he does. And again, he's also meant to be a kind of a rush stopper, not necessarily to stop it, but again, when your opponent does rush, he does get a million other buffs, so that's kind of what you want against him. But realistically, he's a very solid option. I'm gonna put him as honorable, but that's just me, alright? Again, now we actually go to the top 10. I'm not going to put too much detail into this. Feel free if you want to give more detail on why you think a certain character should be in here, why you think a certain character shouldn't be in here. Again, it's just meant to be a little fun video, alright? It's not meant to be serious or over the top or anything like that, alright? Number 10. I might get some stick for this one, but you know what? I love using him. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I fear for the day he gets an Ultra, which could be very soon, but again, he's very defensive, very good. That could just be on boost. I'm gonna be interested to see how he is off boost again. So I am looking forward to that. But right now, he's very tanky, very good. On his main, obviously, he can literally nuke someone, which is great. Because I do need that kind of potential, you know. But overall, his kit's very good, getting the second ult. He's not one of those characters that are overpowered to a point where he's just annoying, but he's not bad. Look, and again, he fits on GT, who's running very good right now. Fusion, not so much. I'm not necessarily a big fan of him running on Fusion, so that could just be me. Fusion already does have the Pycon into Gogeta, so you know, that could just be me again. So yeah, but for me, he's number 10. I think he's a solid option. Alright, number 9. If I can find you, there we go. Perfect Cell. Now, look, he's not going to be a tank. 100%, no matter how you build him. I've tried building him many ways. He's not a tank. He's never going to be a tank. His damage is okay. His gauge is one of the better gauges in the game. I actually prefer his gauge. But overall, having that versatility, especially with people running Revival Cell, who's also an honorable mention, by the way. If you do have him, and you do have him Zenkai, I would recommend you use him. He's actually a very solid option. As just that unit that, if you want to throw away or try and end a, what you call it? My brain is stopping, a combo. I like it took me so long to get to the word combo, but anyway, I've got him at 4 stars, and I think he's still a very solid unit. I would like to get him to a little bit higher, but overall, just having that unit that you can throw away, oh, boom, comes back, damage, whole team, bang, boom. Again, it's a nice little counter, but overall, his damage is good. He's alright. The only thing is, you kind of can only run him on PO and Androids. Well, PO I wouldn't actually run him on. Androids is probably the only one that I would run him on. And again, you're not going to run him on Future. Let's be honest, Future is just a dying tag. Please, fix Future. I'm away. Okay, number 8. We got Goku Frieza. Now, why is Goku Frieza on this list? Look, it's easy. It's literally LOE. By the way, wow, I actually like that. That actually was nice, damn. But okay, LOE. So realistically, LOE has 2 good starting units. It's going to be them and it's going to be Golden Frieza. Once they get a solid 3rd unit, I think they will go up. And I think Ultra Frieza will go up as well. That's just me though. I could be wrong. But overall, I think they're a solid option. You're pretty much going to run a mono purple team on LOE, which is a very tanky ass team because there's a lot of Zenkai buffs there. So I think that's a very good setup for you to run. Again, I've come up against them a lot of times, and let's just say it's annoying to face against them. But yeah, you know what? I'm not going to talk about them anymore. They're annoying. For me, at least for me, they're annoying. All right. Okay, number 7. We can actually go into the ultras now, which is kind of wild when you think about it. But okay, so far we've actually had pretty much 3 purple units. I mean, Gogeta 4 is green, but again, you could substitute him for, you know, Jiren. But UI Omen I've got at number 7. He's gained a little bit of value purely because of being the amount of purples that have returned. You know, the Jirens, the Sao, Golden Frieza, Goku Frieza. Having them all just bump up a little bit brings yellow value. Even though yellow is probably the worst tag in terms of aging, let's be honest, all the yellow ultras apart from UI is just gone. You think Kaioken, Homeless Team, Super Vegito, technically the same thing, because again, you're not going to run him on fusions, but yeah, you know what I'm kind of getting at here, right? So again, Unirep is okay. They will get buffs again very soon. I do feel like that it will be during the anniversary, who knows. But again, Son Family, you can run him on. Very solid option. And again, all you need to do with him is just don't get hit. If you don't get hit, you're fine. He's a top 10 unit, but the moment you start getting hit, you're in trouble because he's not gonna take hits very well. Let's be honest, right? Okay, so then we move on. I need to go back to the Legends Limited category, which is great because I like going back here. The first character that I don't actually have, well, we're gonna come up to a list of a whole bunch that I don't actually have. So Super Baby 2. Dealing with him, I think the only thing I really like about him is 1 is Aleph, but 2 he's Gauge. So of the 3 cards, he pretty much stops a combo, which is exactly what you need to combat characters like Super 17, even Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So having that, and again, him fitting very well on Powerful Opponent, him fitting very well on GT, you could run him on Regen, you'll be perfectly fine. But again, I think that's a very solid base for him. Again, you can run him with Spirit Bomb GT Goku, who's a very solid unit in this day. By the way, that is my number 5. Just for the record, he's number 1 on my list for being a nuisance. But you know what, we're gonna get to that in a second. But yeah, Super Baby 2, very solid option. I think I would put him slightly better than UI because he can take hits a little bit better. Damage, they kind of even. I know UI has his perks with the cover change and all, but yeah, I'd lean more towards Super Baby 2 because I do have him on my ult, just for the record. So, but yeah. Then we move on to GT Goku. I haven't actually used him that much, but again, I've played against him quite a lot. Especially if you're in like the BR 60 to 65 range, you see him actually quite a lot. And again, with all the blue units, the fact that he's the only blue unit on this list, not including Goku Frieza, but the fact that he's the only blue unit on this, and he's a solid unit, right? Perfect defense, he's a tank, he's an absolute beast. Look, he's not going to do insane damage, but still, he fits on GT, who's a solid team. Son Family, they're going up and down, but still, very solid team. I'm not sure what other teams he's on. Saiyan's technically not a team, alright? Just let me be, alright? But yeah, he's a solid option for number 5. I do think he'll get a little bit more value as we go on, but right now, I think that's where he's peaking. Alright? Number 4, we got Beast. So most people will put him lower down. I still think he's a pain. Look, I've used him a few times on one of my giveaway accounts, and woo, look, he still got it. The only reason he drops down in any way is purely because of his tags. Look, Son Family, they, again, on a little bit of a downhill, not the biggest of downhills, but they just dropping down a little bit. You could literally argue he can be 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. He's still top 10, 100% for me, but for me, he's number 4. Just because Red, again, he's got good, there's nobody that you can actually fear. And again, you can run him on hybrids with Ultra Gohan, who's going to pretty much cover him from anything. It's the same story with Super 17, you can run freaking Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, it's the same story there. But again, overall, his kit with his debuffs, works. They just work very well. Again, it's kind of wild to think that some of these characters have such good kits that the kit alone keeps them in the top 10, even if they've got the rubbish teams. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Alright, then we come to number 3. So now we're going back to the Ultra category. That's great. Now, I did a poll and I asked, what's the worst between 17, Gohan, and Frieza? Look, he's number 3, alright? I don't care what people say. Gohan is now number 3. The fact that we've got so many purples running around, and especially tanky purples, I think that hinders him a lot, alright? I can tell you right now, he won't be top 3 once 17 gets a counter. I can tell you that right now. As much as people don't want to admit it, he's got so many counters now because you can't just run Jiren. You can run Golden Frieza. You can run Goku Frieza. You can run the Mono Purples. And again, all of this combat team. I guess you could run just Son Family. You could run Android 17 with Gohan and then UI Omen. You could run that. But realistically, again, his kit is perfectly fine. Don't get me wrong. It's still one of those toxic little kits. I hate AoE green cards. I'm just gonna say that already. Literally, do I even have a character that I use AoE greens with? Oh, it's only Perfect Cell. That's literally the only character that I use AoE greens. But overall, again, his last man standing is still preposterous, by the way. So I would rather face anybody else 1v1 or 1v2 than him in last man standing. I will say that straight up. But again, that's just Gohan for you, right? Then we move on to Mr. Ultra Frieza. Yo, I've been on my alt account. I managed to pull him twice, and he's been phenomenal. I could argue him being number 1. I really could, but at the same time, I can't see someone being better than the actual number 1 on this list. But don't get me wrong, he comes close. And again, he doesn't have any toxic traits to him. He's a solid unit, does good damage, he tanks okay-ish. Well, he's not going to be a tank, he's going to take damage, but it's just not outrageous. Again, having that whole death mechanic also, I think that was something nice, it's something fresh, it's good. We want to kind of see more of that. But yeah, overall, very solid. Again, it's mainly down to his teams that he's number 2. If Alawi had the 3rd unit, he would be number 1. Because then you've got that solid team for him. Movies, I don't think you're generally running him on movies. PO, he's alright. But yeah, for me, he's number 2. And then the only character of the top 6 that I actually have, which is kind of wild when you think about it, how much I've actually been shafted this year so far, is Super 17. Of course, he's going to be number 1. It's going to be interesting to see how he is off boost, because I believe he will go off boost at the end of this PvP season. And then I'm going to go back to struggling even more. But Super 17, I think everything about him, I just love his cover change. The cover change into the old bang, you're gonna do a lot of damage. His endless combos. This is where Super Baby comes in, who can just stop that combo. But as long as he doesn't have a counter, he will be in the top 3. And that's the biggest thing, because again, the only blues, you don't even see Goku Bardock anymore. You really don't even see them. So realistically, the only counter you've got is GT Kid Goku, but you can run GT Kid Goku with him. That's the point. Janemba doesn't even do much about him. Freaking Namek Goku's just non-existent. I'm missing somebody that's blue. I can't get to the person now, but you know what, let me know in the comments who's the other blue unit. I forgot. My brain just goes at times. But yeah, anyway, he's definitely number 1 in my books. I may change my opinion next week. With his off boost, he could be number 2, maybe number 3, because Gohan's still going to be on boost, Frieza's going to be on boost, he's going to be off boost. So yeah, that's my top 10. Look, don't take this seriously. Look, yeah, please don't take this seriously. It's just meant to be a fun little thing. This is my top 10. Feel free to share your top 10. I wasn't going to go into full detail because I don't want this video to be like 30 minutes long. But yeah, that's pretty much me done. I'll catch you all in the next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And yeah, I will see you on the flip side. I thought there was going to be a big banner today, but sadly there's not. Maybe there might be one on Friday for all we know. Who knows? Probably not. But yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Enjoy.